Good morning. There's going to be some cars, you can see them, driving in the background. I just haven't been able to find a quieter location this morning on the go, so we'll just have to hear cars in the background. I wanted to share a little story that I experienced. So over the weekend, I was talking with a friend about the experience of putting ourselves out there, which is something that a lot of people are going through right now. Getting creative projects out there, getting business identities out there, starting new businesses. We're finding ourselves needing to put ourselves out in the world in ways that we haven't necessarily put ourselves out in the world before. It gets really loud all of a sudden. So as she was talking, I was really relating with a lot of what she was saying about some of the fears behind it. And it brought up this memory of the year that I decided to learn how to, I don't know all the correct terminology, all the super proper, but I wanted to learn how to row, like crew rowing. So I brought my little certificate so you could see. So shout out to the Dayton Crew Association. What is it? Greater Dayton Rowing Association. I would just watch these boats glide by on the river, and I love being in small crafts like that. Kayaks, canoes are nice, but kayaks and the scull are it's just such a quiet, peaceful experience. I've been whitewater rafting as well. That is not quiet and peaceful, but I really enjoy being on the water, and I wanted to have that experience of learning how to row these boats. So I signed up, and they walked us through the language. So please forgive me for not remembering everything, not being a natural at it, but how to unload the boats, how to set the boat in the water, how to properly hold the oars, how to shift, how to turn direction, how to keep the boat upright, how to pull the boat out of the water, how to put it back up on the racks. So they walked us through the entire process. And one of the requirements to be certified, to have permission to be out on the river past this class, was that we had to dump ourselves in the river and prove that we could get back into the boat, that we could turn the boat right side up and get back into the boat and row away. And I was not looking forward to that. I know that I'm not the only person who has this unreasonable fear of being in bodies of water, and it doesn't matter if it's a pool or the ocean. There's just something that happens in my brain. So I of course did not volunteer to be one of the first students, but my time finally came. And the thing about this that came to mind as I was listening to my friend talk about how she was feeling is that we had to row out in the boat by ourselves. So we got a single craft, and we rowed out to the center of the river by ourselves. So in the sense of putting ourselves out there, we have to do it by ourselves. That's the action that we take, that we have to do by ourselves. And all of my classmates were on the shore cheering us on. We all cheered each other on. And some people were quick, and they rowed out, they dumped themselves in immediately, got back in the boat and rowed back off. And others of us, we needed more coaxing and encouragement. So that is also what's happening when we, putting ourselves out there could even mean claiming a part of our identity that we've been afraid to own and operate for however long we've been afraid to own and operate that part of ourselves. There can be this idea that we're alone in it, that people are standing on the sidelines judging, which is happening. But I think that we forget, or what I'm hearing when I hear myself and other people talk about this, is that there is a group of our classmates, if you will, who are standing on the sidelines waiting to cheer us on. So I'm out there in the middle of the river, and I don't know how long it took me. It took me some time to toss myself over. And my classmates and my coaches and my teacher were standing on the sidelines, just, giving the like sharing their confidence with me, giving me support and encouragement to take this next step that was the step that I needed to take in order to have this signature, like this sign off that I was qualified and skilled enough to get out there by myself. And I finally did it. And this is what we do, I think, when it comes to putting ourselves on video or creating a series of posts that talk about our personal feelings about a topic that we feel really important, that really need to be shared. Like, we all face this fear of stepping out into the unknown, which is what water, like one of the many things that water represents, that like big bodies of water represent the unknown. Getting lost in the depths of something, being overwhelmed by something. These are all feelings that I've heard people express when it comes to putting ourselves out there, because we don't know what's going to happen next. Now, it's a very gratifying feeling when we finally have the courage to dump ourselves in the water and then demonstrate the awkward climb back into the boat, or the graceful climb back into the boat, like whatever your climb back into the boat and then off, rowing off into the sunset is going to be. Like I said, as I was listening to her talk, that memory came to mind. I had people on the sidelines cheering me on. We all have people on the sidelines of our life cheering us on. We are the only ones who can tip ourselves over into the water and then right the boat, climb back in the boat, and row away. And all of those steps are part of the process. So I just wanted to share that. It brought back some good memories, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. I hope some of you have blue skies, wherever you are. I'll talk with you again soon.